Do I dare even answer this man's call?
Sure. Are you there?
I ain't even answered the damn call yet, man. Bob, keep this on the... Bob, listen to me. Keep this on the subject matter, and if you can't, we can't take your call, man. You distracted.
Okay, now look. Since you don't listen to Linda about getting married, at least take that thing around your neck to push when something happens.
Watch all your favorite 1017 The Truth shows by subscribing to 1017 The Truth on YouTube.
Milwaukee business owners, this is your moment. Every Friday at 8 a.m., call in to 101.7 The Truth for What the Business Is. Tell us what your business is, where you're located, and one thing you've learned along the way. What the Business is powered by We Energies, delivering the energy that powers local business. Fridays at 8 a.m. on 101.7 The Truth. Fridays at 8 a.m. on 101.7 The Truth.
Truth Nation is the best fan base in the country.
This is my first time calling in, but I listen to you all the time, and I appreciate you and with Bill Brown and everything you stand for and everything that you do. So I want to say thank you so much for being you.
We want you to tap into the talk and text line every show, every day at 833-212-1017.
Hey, man, this station is on fire the last couple days.
Milwaukee Black Talk, 1017 The Truth.
Hi, I'm Vanessa Williams, and I want to share with you the role that diabetes has had in my family. I lost my grandmother at the early age of 64 due to complications with diabetes. She was warm, generous, and a constant encouragement for me to follow my heart. Did you know that African Americans experience chronic kidney disease at a rate that's 25% higher than white Americans? And we're almost 4 times more likely to develop kidney failure. Diabetes and high blood pressure are leading causes of kidney disease, which can result in kidney failure, needing dialysis, or a kidney transplant. The good news is that you have the power to check out how well your kidneys are doing and learn ways to prevent them from failing. So go to your doctor and get yourself checked out. Visit linkbylovetv.org to learn more. Get the facts, get checked, and get healthy.
You served behind the desk.
You served in combat.
You did 4 years and got out.
You were drafted.
You gave 20 years.
You gave exactly what your country needed.
And so did you.
When you raised your hand and swore an oath to your country, when you put your name on a dotted line, you became part of only 1% of Americans who did the same. You are a veteran.
You are a veteran.
You are a veteran. Because no matter when, where, or how you served, you made a sacrifice for your country, and you deserve support.
If you're struggling with life after service, don't wait. Reach out.
Reach out to a loved one, to a fellow veteran, to VA.
Find resources at va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
Listen to the man who tells you exactly how he sees it. The Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris every weekday from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. on 1017 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Check it out one time.
Great morning, Truth Nation. Welcome to Truth in the Morning on the award-winning 1017 FM, The Truth. We are inside the American Family Insurance Studio in the heart of downtown at the Avenue. I am the legendary Home of Blow, along with my brother,
MC Dame Ellzey, in the building.
Great morning to you. And we got Will. Will, great morning. How you doing and feeling this morning?
Feeling good. Happy Wednesday.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey.
I can deal with this little light snow. We're supposed to get a little bit more light snow, but it's 60 by Saturday.
Hey, listen, man. It went from freezing snow to 60 degrees. That's Milwaukee for you.
Yeah.
You don't like the weather, just wait a second. It'll change. That's what they say, right?
And I'm not going to say this because, some people, think like, wow, did you say that? I'll say it off the air. Be like, the weather is equated to.
I know what you're going to say, bro.
Okay, you say it.
I'm not saying it. I've already said that.
Okay.
The last time you said it, I said I wasn't saying it. So I'm not finna say it now.
Okay, all right.
You're not finna get me in trouble.
We don't want the smoke. We don't want the smoke.
I don't want that smoke.
Hey, don't even say it because it'll lead to it. It'll lead to
5 daughters, a sister, a mama, nieces. I got women all around me.
Yeah.
You're not finna get me jumped.
Listen, man, I'm just saying, it didn't happen. Where's the Will Smith light from Men in Black? Just forget about that. But great morning. Remember,
it just happened. Denverine when he was on Will Smith.
Yes, sir.
I don't know, man. It just happened.
Yes, absolutely.
That's what I would have said.
Make sure you hit us up on YouTube. While you're there, hit that like and subscribe, aka hit the bell. On Facebook Live, we're there. You can like and follow the page. And, of course, on X, it's all at 1017 The Truth. We are on our way to 7,000 subscribers on our YouTube page. So make sure you tell a friend and have them hit that bell.
Tell a friend to tell a friend.
That
subscribe
part.
And like.
Yeah, where we at right now, Will, as it relates to our road to 7,000?
Hold on, I'm pulling it up.
Yeah. So, yeah, we going to get there. We're going to get there before the end.
6,404.
Okay.
404.
Yeah. So we can go and get that other before we get out of March.
Yeah, we need to get that 596.
Yeah.
And get up there.
That part. Nurse Ariane Kawanda, great morning. Love you, appreciate you. Venus Jones, great morning. Love you, appreciate you. Willie Jones, great morning. Love you, appreciate you. Lori Patterson, great morning. Love you, appreciate you. Sincere Ronnie Ray Real, great morning. Love you, appreciate you. Dr. Clarissa Lawrence, great morning. Love you, appreciate you. Dame, there's been a lot of different conversation going on as of late. What's some things that you heard?
I heard y'all yesterday, and I wanted to comment about that. Y'all were talking about and Kyle was talking about it as well, the youth that got into the club, and what transpired once they got into the club. Let me just say this, y'all. That ain't new. And anybody acting like that's new is being a fuddy-duddy. Y'all know when we was coming up, there was always a collection of youth that were able to get into clubs. It was because they knew somebody. It was because of their position in the community, whether they had just won a state championship or were great at basketball or great at football or whatever it was. They held some type of position at a young age.
But it was different.
It was, and that's what I'm getting to. It was different. You understood that when those people, and then they would be like, oh, he with me. Because I can attest to that. I've been that, he with me. Dude, you know what I'm saying? When one time, when I ain't going to put them out here, but one time when Kingdom won the state championship, my sister was messing with one. They came and got me. And so then I went out with them.
Right.
And I had one of the greatest nights of my life.
Yeah.
We went to bars.
Were you drinking?
I wasn't drinking. And that was a rule. See, this is what I'm saying. I wasn't drinking. They weren't drinking. We were just in these bars, hanging out, talking to these young. They was 21, 22. We in high school. But it don't matter. You know what I'm saying?
We wasn't trying to be in the way.
We wasn't in the way. They would let us in and they'd be like, y'all go sit over there. And we would go sit where they told us
That's
to
right.
sit. And we was minding our business.
And we campaigned when it was time to campaign. Other than that,
absolutely,
we black to our spot.
Time to move around, we moved around. There was rules and regulations to doing it. And I'm not saying that the bar owner and them are, absolved of any, because everybody's wrong. There's a percentage of wrong in all of that story. But all I'm saying is, y'all, don't act like this hasn't been happening. The difference is now, these young kids got bread and they buying their ways into the club. Before there was a sense of honor to,
you go.
I know you.
There you go.
You know the owner or the manager, you his nephew, you his niece. There was rules and regulations to it. You couldn't just buy your way into the club at a younger age at that point.
Right.
But now, even if you do, there's still rules and regulations. You a teenager.
Yep.
Sit down and chill.
That part.
Be out the way.
That part.
You in there trying to be baddies. Come on, son.
And therein lies the issue, man. It's like, again, the things that have changed, and it goes into so many different areas. It goes into so many different areas. But it was like we weren't trying to be standing up and, holding bottles and all that kind of stuff. Like, you bringing attention to yourself.
Right.
You already know you're not old enough to be in the establishment. You're going Facebook Live. You're doing all this other stuff that, you know what I'm saying, that really puts a spotlight on and shows that
you're not supposed to be here.
Right.
So don't bring attention to yourself.
Right.
Don't do nothing that's going to bring attention to yourself.
And especially the establishment, which may have let you in.
The establishment is looking out for you. Well, in this case,
yeah.
Well, maybe they figured because they done paid all this money to get in there that they could act the way in, and they had bought their presence. No. That's not the case. And anybody that acts like this doesn't happen, it's crazy. It happens in white clubs. It happens in Latino clubs. It happens in black clubs. It's how it happens, right? Yep. Everybody has been in a bar underage. And if you haven't, maybe you wasn't outside. You was on the porch. That's fine. That's fine. But some of us were outside and had gotten to know people and did certain things, and we ended up in these situations. Should it have happened by the law? No.
Right.
But let's be real. It has always been that way.
Yep. It's just that now people are bringing unnecessary attention to it by acting like they supposed to be there.
Yeah. You're not
supposed to be
You're not supposed to be here. You shouldn't be. I shouldn't even know you're here.
That's right.
Once you walk past them security guards and you get inside, you go to a dark little corner.
That's right. And
you sit there. And
when it was time to campaign, we went and campaigned.
We wasn't drinking.
Went black. That's right.
We wasn't doing none of that. We was just like, oh, we in the club. We in the bar.
Right.
And it was like we just learned. And let me tell you another thing. By the time I got 21, I'm playing it down like I only did it one time. No. It was all the time.
Right.
By the time I got 21, I didn't want to go to the bar no more. Because I'm like, I don't even want to drink no more. I've been doing this. I did all this. You know what I'm saying? I was married by the time I was 22 because I had lived that life. I wasn't missing nothing, right?
Right.
And that's a different story than other people. But my point, because I was the youngest dude on the block and everybody else was older, so I was living. But the point is this. Y'all act like this is new. It's not. It's not. What's new is people having a lack of respect for the rules and regulations of doing certain things and getting the privilege of doing certain things.
Right. And bringing unnecessary attention and smoke to establishments. So again, that is what it is. When people end up changing the game as it relates to, okay, so you got in, all right, it's your birthday, all right, celebrate, but just know that you're not official.
Yeah, no doubt. 718 said and I'm reading this generation is built different. Everything that they seem to do that we used to is elevated to monstrous proportions, and they don't know chill. That's all I'm saying.
Yep.
And I'm not blaming the kids because they killed their children and they shouldn't have been let in. The security guards should have saw that they was trying to turn up and were like, no, get out of here. Get out of here, buddy.
Yep.
This ain't for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Yep.
But the money was there, now they like, oh, here go the money. Where are the kids getting all this money from? Are they working 9 to 5s?
No.
Where are they getting all this money from to pay for bottles in the club?
Yeah.
That's another question.
It's a different situation.
And I'm not on the mama, but I'm just saying, because I gave my story. My youngest, what used to be my youngest, she'll spend $200, $300 on some shoes, and we give her the money. But what if she don't buy the shoes? Now she got $300, right? Boom, I get that. But that's not what she's doing. But I'm just saying, I had money. My daddy and my mama was separated, divorced. My mom used to get the divorce, get the child support, and get it. She didn't want it. She gave it right to me.
Right.
So every week I was getting $200. I didn't have to work. I was geared up. I was this, that, and other. But I wasn't buying bottles in the club.
Listen, bro.
I knew the rules and regulations, and people don't respect the rules and regulations. That's the problem.
They absolutely don't. They absolutely don't. And
whether it's good or bad, people don't respect the rules and regulations. Absolutely. Y'all can get on me later. Don't at me, as the youth say. Is that what they say, Will? Don't at me?
Yeah.
Don't at me. I'm just speaking my facts. You can disagree if you want to. Disagree with your mama.
Speaking of that, when we return, there's a situation where these PNCCs and a Milwaukee prenatal care company owner has been sentenced to 10 years for fraud. Woo! Marquita Barnes. So, and it's been a tumble effect after she got taken down. They started looking at these PNCCs. So when we return, we'll be talking about it here on Truth in the Morning on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth. We'll be black.
Join me every Friday at 11 a.m. for the Milwaukee Experience with Sherwin Hughes, presented by Visit Milwaukee. We're a city that knows how to celebrate, where the calendar is packed with festivals, the plates are piled high with flavor, and a lakefront sunrise sets the stage. Here in Milwaukee, every street leads to something worth savoring, a place that welcomes you with open arms and where joy is shared in bites, beats, and cheers. The Milwaukee Experience every Friday at 11 a.m. exclusively on The Truth with Sherwin Hughes, presented by Visit Milwaukee.
The legendary Broadway show is back. The Wiz. The Chicago Sun-Times raves. It's an eye-popping, high-intensity revival. The music, the voices, the legend returns. Entertainment Weekly says, run, don't ease on down to this spectacular revival. The Wiz. Playing the Marcus Center, March 24th through 29th. Tickets at marcuscenter.org.
My overall experience with Gruber Law Offices has been phenomenal.
The treatment was excellent.
They will be supportive of you. They will listen to you.
It was a great experience knowing that I had people to help me.
I know I could count on them to do what I needed to get done.
Experience with Gruber was great.
They gave me my life back.
It was amazing.
He gets results.
We know how to win. If you've been injured, call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Gruber Law Offices had my best interests at heart.
As the White House threatens to take over state elections, restrict abortion nationwide, and take away our health care, the Wisconsin Supreme Court is the last line of defense for our rights. That's why the Supreme Court election on April 7th is so critical. The ACLU does not endorse or oppose candidates, but wants you to make an informed decision. When it comes to abortion rights, Maria Lazar supported overturning Roe v. Wade and is endorsed by groups that want to ban abortion. Chris Taylor voted against abortion bans and defended abortion rights while working with Planned Parenthood. And on the issue of voting rights in Wisconsin, Maria Lazar defended efforts to rig elections for one political party through extreme gerrymandering of congressional and legislative districts. Chris Taylor opposes rigging the system with extreme partisan gerrymandering. On April 7th, stand up for our rights. Paid for by American Civil Liberties Union, Incorporated.
This is Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth.
Woo! A limousine riding, jet flying, kiss stealing, willing and dealing, son of a gun. Woo! Ric Flair is coming to Milwaukee, y'all. March 27th at the Riverside Theater. Thanasis Antetokounmpo hosts Thanasis Live with the WWE Hall of Famer and global icon himself. Oh, woo! This ain't a cameo. This ain't a 5-minute interview. This is a full live show. High energy, unfiltered storytelling, behind the scenes moments you never heard. And if you know Thanasis, you know he's bringing the juice, the energy, the laughs, the surprises. And when Flair grabs a mic or a phone, oh, woo! Anything can happen. Tickets are limited. Don't wait. Lock yours in now at thanalysisnow.com. Thanasis Live, March 27th at the Riverside Theater, presented by Gruber Law Offices and Potawatomi Casino and Hotel. One more time for the people in the back. Oh, woo!
Ric Flair. Welcome, Black, to Truth in the Morning on the award-winning 101.7 FM The Truth. I am the legendary Home Blow, along with my brother,
the wrestler, MC Dame Ellzey. You know, I used to love wrestling, y'all.
I still do.
So just doing that just is hyping me up, because I used to want to be Mean Gene.
Okay.
You got to know wrestling to know who Mean Gene was.
Absolutely.
If they don't know who Mean Gene is, I can't help you, but
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, and yeah, I'm a WWE fanatic. So
yeah, I was WWF when I was old.
Yeah, well, yeah,
it switched over, but yeah,
because of the name, they had to fight over the name.
Yeah, so that's the era I was.
Right,
WWF. Yeah, it was Jimmy Fly.
Then they had to say get the F out because they had to go to WWE.
Yeah,
yeah, so, yeah. Cool. I've been there.
Junkyard Dog.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yes, sir. Now, before we went to break, we were talking about this situation that is in the news, and it went through the court system, the federal court system, and they finally came down with the sentencing for Marquita Barnes. So this is a sister, and it says the former owner of a Milwaukee prenatal care company that was supposed to help low-income pregnant women, mothers, and babies has been sentenced to just over 10 years in prison after being convicted on felony fraud charges. Marquita Barnes, who ran one of Wisconsin's largest prenatal care coordination companies, was sentenced March 17th on St. Patrick's Day at the federal courthouse in downtown Milwaukee. Barnes was found guilty in November of 20 federal felony charges, including healthcare fraud, identity theft, paying kickbacks, and obstructing a fraud investigation. The jury found that she pocketed $2.3 million in Medicaid money meant to support at-risk moms and prevent babies from dying before their first birthday. Chief U.S. District Judge Pamela Pepper sentenced Barnes to 10 years and 1 month in prison and 3 years of supervised release and ordered her to pay $2.36 million each in restitution and forfeiture. Pepper told Barnes that as a result of the staggering amount of fraud committed by Barnes and others, the state's prenatal care coordination program had been dramatically curtailed or cut entirely in some neighborhoods. The fraud caused a huge amount of damage to the public trust in public programs and to the communities they were supposed to serve. Pepper acknowledged that Barnes was not accused of murder or any other violent crimes before adding, but something died here. Barnes cried as she said that what weighs on her most is the effect the case has had on her children and her family. So that's what weighs on her most.
Yeah, I guess that would.
Yeah.
Well, me paying back that $2.3 million too.
Yeah, she used the Medicaid money to fund a lavish lifestyle, including spending on travel, luxury items from Gucci and Louis Vuitton, and a Rolex watch. Assistant U.S. Attorney Julie Stewart quoted messages from Barnes describing her operation as a game, a hustle, and a way to make sure we all eat. The scheme worked, and she collected millions of dollars, Stewart said. Stewart said the program, which is meant to help prevent black and brown babies from dying before their first birthdays, is now basically dead in the water.
Everybody eats, B. Man. And that's my problem with that, is that it was something that could have been beneficial. And she's still, I don't know to the extent that she may have or may
and this
not.
From Journal Sentinel, Milwaukee Journal Sentinel, the story I'm reading.
I don't know to the extent of what she may have or may not have done. I'm skeptical of it being as belligerent as they are saying, but even if it's not, when you have that responsibility and you're a person, a leader. Like we talked Monday about leaders not just being elected, right?
Correct.
And so she's running this program and she's a leader in the community. She has that responsibility. She has to make sure that everything is all the T's are crossed, all the I's are dotted, and nothing can be said that you did something wrong. Right. You get what I'm saying? And if you leave that space for them to say that something was done wrong, they're gonna say it. You a black woman.
Real talk.
You done made millions, and if they saying she, it was $2.3 million that she took. What about the money that she got but she actually did the work? You know what I'm saying? So it's millions of dollars that you're making off of this, and that temptation can be, especially like a lot of corporations go through the county, like wrap around and stuff. Right. So there's that overseeing, there's that look of authority that's looking over all of your paperwork before it's even sent to Medicaid. But then there's a portion of it where they are sending their stuff directly to Medicaid.
Right.
And it sounds like something where they were sending it directly to Medicaid, and in sending it directly to Medicaid, they were putting in extras on stuff. And when you start putting in that extra, you're like, well, I did it once. I did it. I got away with it. And then now it's $2.4 million later, and and you going to jail for 10 years.
That part.
10 years.
Federal time now.
And that federal courthouse, if you've ever been to a federal courthouse, it looked like a big old barn.
Mm-hmm.
It looked like they probably, if it was in the South, they were selling slaves or something there. But it looks like it's daunting, is what I'm saying.
Right, absolutely.
And
it's down the street.
It is. And people don't even know. A lot of people don't know. If you don't know, you don't know. And that just means that's good.
Mm-hmm.
But if you do know, that might not be good. And
right.
She knows now where the federal courthouse is. And they done banked her with 10 years.
And 1 month.
And she still got to pay back the
3 years.
money.
Yeah, and 3 years.
And restitution.
Supervised, yep. So, but what part, how does that hurt our community? Because, again, they specifically said that it was a program dedicated to helping black and brown people. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of people, and this trickles down, in my opinion, Dame, to so many other things that sometimes we get in on, but people ain't doing what they're supposed to be doing when they do it. There are people who open up daycare centers, learning centers, and they don't give a damn about the kids. They give a damn about the check. They kids ain't even there, and they still getting the check. They telling they family just say that, enroll them here. The people still really take care of their kids themselves. Yeah. So it's like,
apparently that's what she was doing. She was doing the kickbacks and was saying
it said it in the story.
You're enrolled here, and we'll give you some. Which that's what a kickback is.
Absolutely,
you're doing something, and I just give you some of the money back, and I'm really not gonna do this work, but I'm gonna give you some of the money to keep your mouth shut. And it's that.
That's it.
Come on, man. And this money could have been made and actually been doing the work at the same time.
Do you know how many other people who legitimately wanted to do the work?
And I heard and I read, I went on Facebook and I looked, and there were people giving their small testimonies of how Ms. Marquita helped them. So she was doing some of this. It wasn't like she was just blanketly stealing all of this money. But then it's like, okay, you're doing some of it, but you got to know they're going to come looking for you. You talk about millions here.
That's right. And you're talking about federal dollars.
You're talking about millions. That's an influx of money into the black community that we already know they don't want that much money in the black community.
Correct. I agree.
So that's an influx of money into the black community that could have been used in many different ways. Employing people, doing things, starting businesses. You could have become, back in the day, before there were banks that black people could go to, there were people like Marquita who had that bread that you would go to get loans to buy a house.
Correct.
Black community. She could have been that person, that connection for her neighbors, for those that she knew, to get them off of their feet, right? You know what I'm saying? Like when we talk about my brother Mike that passed a couple weeks ago.
Hawthorne Sr.
Shout out to the family again. I hope y'all doing well. That was him. You know what I'm saying? If you needed something, Mike had got himself to have that bread via these houses, and he was able to help people.
That's right.
And that's why there was so many people there. She could have been that same way, but she was doing it fraudulently, and she couldn't spread the money because it's fraudulent. So you don't want everybody to know. It's a hustle. I don't want people to know I got this hustle.
Right.
Instead of I'm doing something good for the community, and let me help you. You want to do this too? All right, bet. Let me help the more, because that's how you know it's real. When other people are like, oh, yeah, I'm going to help you.
Right.
I'm going to help you do the same thing I'm doing. I'm not thinking of you as competition. I'm thinking of this this is something that we need to do for the community.
Yeah, and it's one thing if you subcontract it out. You feel what I'm saying? Because you got the bag. You feel what I'm saying? Be like, okay, well, I'm going to help, put you on. I'm going to help put you on. But the people are doing the work.
Yes.
And that would be the difference maker. Truth Nation, we'd like to hear your thoughts and your truth on this at 833-212-1017. That's our Truth Talk text line, 833-212-1017. We're talking about the former Milwaukee PNCC owner, Marquita Barnes, who has been sentenced in a fraud case for 10 years. But the damage is lasting more than 10 years, in my opinion.
Yeah, it is.
We got to take care of these bills, but we'll be black.
Breaking down the issues that shape our city and our future.
The worst kind of whites. Not that I'm picking on white folks, but you know how it goes. is the ones that think that they will lose something if this country becomes more fair and equal. I'm going to say that again. The worst kind of white people are the ones that think that if a black person gets a job and gets an opportunity and they ignore how hard the black person had to work and the racism, the bigotry, and the discrimination, and just how people turn their noses up at smart black people. They hate us. And the black person works really hard and overcomes maybe generational curses of poor health and poverty and all of those things. And we got to deal with the police and the criminal justice system that doesn't often have our backs. And then the black person gets a job, gets an opportunity, and a white person sees that and thinks that they lost. Those are the worst kind.
It's The Truth with Sherwin Hughes, weekdays from 9 to noon. Catch it live on YouTube or tune in to 1017 The Truth.
Dad's gonna be far side, good.
What should I do with my dress?
Do the wiggles.
The slate's coming in. What does it feel like when you're down or having a bad day?
It feels sad, like you just don't want to do anything.
All my little emotions in my head is just running crazy. I don't know what to do.
As a teacher or coach, do you ever feel overwhelmed supporting kids' mental health?
I had never experienced players being so down that they can't even participate.
He's just in tears in the huddle. I didn't know what to do.
Teachers need tons of help.
Kids Mental Health Foundation offers educational materials to help guide conversations with our students.
It's so important that we are constantly educating ourselves.
It's the same as the CPR class to me. We're trying to save a life here.
The Kids Mental Health Foundation has free tools and information developed by experts because kids' mental health starts with all of us. Scan the QR code or check out kidsmentalhealthfoundation.org to get started.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
Nathan has taught me to embrace the moment. Age-wise, I'm in my late 60s. I'm old enough to be his grandfather. Will he be embarrassed to acknowledge me as his dad? I think the most important thing we can do is let them know that they're safe, that they're valued and cared for and loved, and that they're important.
I knew I wanted to be adopted by him because of how he taught me to be the person who I am today. And it's coming from a dad that didn't expect to become a dad. And I feel very proud to be his son.
That was what he needed, and he was what I needed. Every day is full of new opportunities. That's what it's been about, realizing the simple things that it takes to make such a huge difference in these kids' lives.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care at adoptuskids.org. Brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Things are backing up a bit westbound on 94 right through the stadium interchange starting at 35th Street past Mitchell Boulevard. On the eastbound side, got a little bit of a heavy ride from 164 past Highway F in Waukesha County. Then some more delays before 84th Street, pretty much all the way to 35th. Got some delays northbound 4394 coming out of the Plainfield curve all the way up past Oklahoma Avenue. And then northbound 41 also slowing down from about Wisconsin Avenue all the way up to Burleigh. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, partly cloudy skies, high of 38. Tonight, a rain-snow mix likely, mostly cloudy, a low of 31. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 1017 The Truth.
This is Truth in the Morning on 1017 The Truth.
Welcome, Black Truth Nation. I'm the legendary Home Blow, along with my brother,
MC Dame Ellzey in the building.
We're talking about former Milwaukee PNCC owner Marquita Barnes, who has been sentenced to 10 years in federal court, 10 years and 1 month to be exact, and accused of abusing $2.3 million in funding from the federal government to work these programs. And obviously they had enough information, and she was sentenced. So she was found guilty, obviously, and she was sentenced. On our True Talk text line, Al, MKE, said, "You can't steal like you white." Remember that. He said she should have did the right thing from the beginning because you ain't white. And then Al said, "You can't do what white people do." And that's really And no matter
That's the wrong
how
type
people
of equity
want
to want anyway, but yeah.
Right, you go to
quality to want is to be able to steal like white folks, but
right, yeah, and she learned today. And the sad thing is, again, Dame, I mentioned that there's so many people that, if given those kind of contracts, were doing the right thing or would have done the right thing.
There's a certain type. I know people who get those. There's a certain type of love that they have for those people that they are servicing. Mm-hmm. Like I mentor youth. There's a certain. I keep getting. People keep coming to me to get more kids because they know. Like I looked at my roster yesterday. Some of my kids I've had. Like we were talking Monday about, how long does it take for the kid to...
Right, absolutely.
It takes about 2 years, right?
And you said that. Yep, you said that.
And then I went and looked, I'm like, I've had these kids, a lot of them for 2 or 3 years, which is different in the profession that I'm in because service providers go in and out. They switch companies, they do, and so nobody is consistent. So the fact that I'm consistent and I'm actually doing the work, I get overwhelmed with requests. Like they personally request me. Like they'll send it to the company, but no, we want him.
Right.
Because they know once I got a kid, I'm going to make sure I got that kid.
Absolutely.
I'm going to take care of that kid. I'm going to do the work. Sound like Marquita and them started out with that in mind.
Right.
And then once that temptation hit you for being able to finagle the system and do whatever, you learn the loopholes in the system and you do whatever, that temptation became strong and that money is there. And they thinking, okay, I'm still doing the work over here, but let me just do a little bit more extra. You can't do that.
Yeah, she pimped the system.
You a black woman.
Right.
And and then I don't like how they say, oh, she bought a Louis bag. That ain't nothing. People buy that all the time. You know what I'm saying? She bought a Rolex. Okay, whatever. That don't have nothing to do with, like, she took the money and she didn't even use it towards good purposes. Whatever. I don't like how they do the stereotypes of that, but that's neither here nor there. You're a black woman. And being that you're a black woman, there's a certain amount of responsibility that goes with it. In today's climate, especially when Donald Trump and them, via the slashing of black women losing jobs, 300, 400, 500,000 they saying now, 600,000 is up to, and then the black men, like we were talking about Monday, black men up to 500,000 in the last few months. They own us. They after us. We can't give them a reason to be on us and be after us. And it doesn't matter. You got to dot your I's and cross your T's.
Absolutely. And the Truth Talk text lines are open, 833-212-1017. More of this story. The U.S. Attorney's Office praised Barnes' sentence, saying the substantial sentence imposed against Ms. Barnes holds her accountable for her very serious crimes. She stole limited public resources that were intended for our neighbors most in need of public assistance. Many people in need of help did not receive it due to the defendant's actions. This case and others follows a 2022 Journal Sentinel investigation into prenatal care coordination companies, or PNCCs, an industry that has been plagued by fraud in recent years. The companies are meant to help connect low-income pregnant women and mothers with badly needed health, counseling, and referral services. The investigation uncovered widespread problems with fraudulent billing at a number of Milwaukee area PNCCs, including charging taxpayers for services that were never provided and product giveaways at community baby showers used to obtain mothers' Medicaid numbers, which allowed some companies to submit fake bills to Medicaid. Wisconsin has had one of the highest rates of black infant mortality in the nation. In Wisconsin, black babies are 3 times more likely to die than white babies, and black women are 5 times more likely to die from complications linked to pregnancy and childbirth. Another former prenatal care company owner, Precious Cruz, who ran Caring Through Love on Milwaukee's Northwest Side, was sentenced in January to more than 9 years in prison and ordered to pay about $780,000 in restitution. Cruz was convicted on 17 federal felony charges, including healthcare fraud and identity theft. And a third former company owner, Lakia Jackson, who ran the now defunct We Care Services, pleaded guilty in December to healthcare fraud, and identity theft, both felonies. She has a sentencing hearing scheduled for March 19th. So Mary Spikuza is an investigative political reporter at the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel, and this is a story that she ended up
that saddens me. That
man, bro,
to see, an understanding that prenatal care is such an important part. Like,
absolutely,
you gave the statistics of what it is in the black community, and it's something that's needed, and that they actually provided the money for something for us, and then is used as a hustle. And I'm not saying that, and I don't know. You plead guilty to something, you may just be like, okay, they got me, or you just be like, it's easier to plead out than to fight the feds or whatever it is.
Right.
But whatever it is, there should be just as many people coming forward if you're doing the work, saying, "Hey, no, this is what they was doing for me. They helped me." And I've seen, in our line of work, I've seen the flyers for the baby showers and this, that, and the other. But I didn't know they was like taking people's Medicaid numbers to get the stuff.
Right, bro.
I thought it was just like free. Here you go. And then they taking people's Medicaid numbers to get the stuff, and then saying, are they saying later on they're using those Medicaid numbers and saying they providing services to these people?
Absolutely.
And they absolutely are not providing the services, or are they saying they did it at these baby showers and they really they just handed them gifts and really didn't do nothing?
Yeah, they said they was fraudulent. It was fraudulent.
So that means that they took those numbers and later on build on those same numbers that they got from the Medicaid. That's crazy.
Yep. On the True Talk text line, 833-212-1017, Blake said, when you're on the inside track, you cannot go outside of the track. You have to stay in, or you will be putting down and singled out, and taking care of this gives them fire for the ignorance that he spits out of his mouth. Talking about the orange man. So just saying how this relates to be like, see, there's fraudulent. They're not using it. This
right
I had
saw my face.
put it together. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right.
So, but yeah, it absolutely does give them ammo.
And I wouldn't be surprised if he uses that and says, in Wisconsin, we had a ring of black women that...
Yep, and he gonna say that.
And they were all connected, and they got tens and tens of millions from Medicaid. We need to stop that or something. My Trump voice ain't working this morning, but it's still cool. You got it.
Absolutely. On our YouTube page, let's see... Mr. Minister Kevin said, the love of money is the root of all evil.
Absolutely.
And yeah.
I tell people all the time, the only thing's going to get, as far as men, is, money and the P. And women, the same thing. Money and the P is going to get you every time. And in this case, it's the money, the allure. They put it in front of you, and you can get greedy and go all out and try to do it, or you do the work.
Right.
If you do the work, you ain't got to worry about, the money gonna come.
Absolutely.
If you do the work.
Yeah, and that's it. The work. It's like when you get into this, you have to be dedicated to the work. Dame, you're dedicated to the work.
Right.
And that's why it works.
You got to be dedicated to the work. You got to be willing to go the extra mile, even if you're not gonna get paid. You know what I'm saying? Even if you even if you're not gonna get something out of it. This is because it benefits the youth. You know what I'm saying? My situation.
Absolutely.
It's benefiting. And a lot of times I don't, I go across the city picking kids up, doing whatever, and sometimes I can't charge for that.
And this benefited our babies. This benefited our mothers. You get what I'm saying? Our come on. And especially with the highest infant mortality rate in the nation, Wisconsin. The highest infant mortality rate in the nation,
and this is what
right here in Wisconsin,
and that's just that gives us that's just a bad look. And
it is, bro.
It's just a bad look, and whether they're scrutinizing them unfairly or whatever the case may be, it's not good because we have people that really need that stuff. And then then you get the poverty pimps and this, that, and the other. And that's what that's what happens. They become known as poverty pimps. And you're feeding off of the least of us. You're feeding off of it.
That's right.
That makes you no better than the other people that are doing it to us.
Absolutely.
It makes you often worse because you come from this and you know that it's a real need and you're not doing it 100. You got to stay 100 because that service that you provide, if you get caught doing it wrong, like in this situation, now they take it away.
Real talk.
And now real
people that needed the help are left with nothing.
There could have been smaller organizations that were doing the work for real.
Man, bro.
I know of organizations that were probably doing this work for real.
And
now,
shout out to those that are, absolutely, that are doing it for real. Money. But now, anybody else that want it, or even if they needed increased money, they're going to scrutinize it and be like, I don't know. Let's go through this hoop. Let's go through that hoop. And now let's go through that hoop. And now all of a sudden, like, you know what? This ain't going to even be worth it. I'm really trying to help. But that's the damage.
Yep.
Part of the damage that is done when that happens. We got Blake on the True Talk text lines. Blake, great morning. Love you. Appreciate you. We heard some of your comment on the True Talk text line.
We deciphered it, Blake.
Yeah. What's your truth?
Okay. Pause. My bag on the spelling. I don't want no trouble. I like to stay in my A+ rated with my teachers. Dame, I'm glad you're feeling better. But Big Brother Homer, when we're allowed, that's a shame. You know, money makes the world go round. If we stop spending it, it ain't gonna stop. But people don't see once somebody invests in you, and they take that chance, and you steal from them. That makes it bad for the culture. But then it makes it bad for the smaller people that really need it. So if when we the village, we're trying to fix it, like Tori said. Once you get in your position, I'm talking to everybody that's a listener for the truth. If you ever get in a position, or you're in a position now, to share some wealth, some knowledge, or some help, stop being selfish. You will end up either in jail or broke. These white people ain't playing. And if you're lucky to be on their team, as you already see, everybody, if you cut somebody, we bleed the same. The slavery thing, they called us animals, all that. As we see, we're the same. And they're recognizing that. They're getting slapped in the face themselves. Everybody's getting in trouble. And then like the little black lady with the security guard. You know how long they didn't know that NIGGA was running, and they was waiting to put this on her? They are holding a shield over them, and all the arrows, like they said in Troy, we're gonna fight in the shade. They're fighting in the shade, and we're getting hit. So to all of those whose eyes are open and that know better, when you know better, you do better. But when people are selfish, as most men are, that's why we end up by ourselves, we stupid. So to women that are getting this money, y'all making it bad for everybody. Brothers that are out here trying to be men can't get ahead if they're closing the doors that are already open. Y'all have a good day. Y'all stay safe. I love y'all.
All right. Thank you very much. You're listening to Truth in the Morning on the award-winning 101.7 FM The Truth. We'll be black. We're talking about the PNC owner, Marquita Barnes, sentenced to 10 years for a fraud case.
Yeah.
And we want to know your truth at 833-212-1017. We'll be black.
Truth Nation, Gruber Law Offices and The Truth have raised the stakes for this year. The One Call, That's All Gruber Cash giveaway is now a $5K giveaway. Yes, you heard it right. $5,000 giveaway. Every weekday on 101.7 The Truth, you will have the chance to be entered to win the $5K giveaway. Listen to The Truth for the One Call, That's All cue to call for your chance to win $5,000. Gruber Law Offices, One Call, That's All. Visit 1017thetruth.com for official contest rules.
Our children deserve a real chance to make it in life, and a good education is a passport to opportunity. At City Ford Collective, we're working to make sure there's a great Milwaukee school for every Milwaukee family, because more good options lead to better outcomes. And who doesn't want that? Together, we can give every child the foundation they need to thrive, and a stronger future for kids means a stronger future for Milwaukee. To learn more about our mission, visit us at cityfordcollective.org. That's cityfordcollective.org.
Natural gas is a clean, reliable, and convenient source of energy delivered directly to you through underground pipelines. The pipeline system has an excellent safety record, but there are clues that can help you identify a potential hazard. If you smell the strong odor of rotten eggs, hear an unusual hissing sound, or see blowing dirt or debris, it could be a natural gas leak. Leave the area immediately and call We Energies at 800-261-5325.
We Energies. People you can trust. Energy you can depend on.
Real talent is defined by what people can do, not where they learn to do it. So by stopping at the education section of a resume, you might throw away the perfect hire. You might miss someone who has valuable skills to offer to help your business thrive right now and in the future. Because the truth is this: Skills First Hiring helps you see talent others miss, like more than 70 million stars, skilled through alternative routes. When you let their story unfold, you gain a competitive advantage, because hiring managers who start with skills are 60% more likely to find a successful hire. See the real person, complete. See what others miss. Hire skills first. Learn why it's a competitive advantage at tearthepaperceiling.org. Brought to you by Opportunity at Work and the Ad Council.
Prizes, exclusive experiences, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting truthcontests.com. That's truthcontests.com.
Happy kids heal faster, and that's why Starlight is dedicated to improving the mental well-being of sick kids across the U.S. Learn how at starlight.org.
Call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
This is Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth.
Truth Nation, welcome Black. I am the legendary Home Blow, along with my brother
MC Dame Ellzey in the building.
And great morning to our girl Bailey Coleman.
Shout out Bailey.
You know, and of course Will holding it down.
$5,000.
That part. Make sure you hit us up and like and subscribe on our YouTube page. We're on our road to 7,000 subscribers on our YouTube page, 101.7 The Truth. Also, you can watch us on Facebook Live at 101.7 The Truth and X at 101.7 The Truth. Anita Nicole, great morning, love you, appreciate you on the YouTube page, said managing money first starts with managing your own money first. If your household funds are out of order, your business funds will be out of order. Money management is a business, not a hustle. And hashtag that part, hashtag facts. I find truth in that because you got to understand, like, lead us not into temptation. I'll say that. On the Truth Talk text lines, 833-212-1017. We've got Al. Al, great morning. Love you. Appreciate you. You hear us talking about the PNCC sentencing of Marquita Barnes. What's your truth?
Well, my truth is when you get in certain positions, you don't want to steal. You want to steal and take their business. It's called a consumer hostile takeover. You can do it. You can do it the real OG way and sit back and laugh about it. But this is what I need to let all black men and black women need to understand. Yes, they're going to talk about us in this situation, but from history, the people that was doing the stealing was not the blacks. It was the whites and the Jews, and this is on a history books. So even though things like this happen, let's not use this to say they're going to talk about us, because when you look at history, we ain't on the books for stealing, and they're on the books today stealing, and they ain't served no jail time. And when they got out, they went and stole some more. Look at the welfare system, and that ain't the blacks neither that's stealing. Y'all have yourself a good day and hold your head up.
Hashtag that part, hashtag facts. Again, True Talk text lines are open as we continue and kind of wrap this up with the PNCC. If you know some people that are doing the right thing, you know, and that's what I want to also highlight, those who are really doing the work.
We oftentimes spend a lot of time talking about those that in the news, and we don't. And that's why on Friday, if you know somebody, Is that where you were going?
Yes.
Go there, homie.
You feel what I'm saying? So we know that there are some Black-owned and operated PNCCs, learning centers, whatever the case may be. And so on Friday mornings when we do What the Business Is at 8 a.m. Central Standard Time, powered by We Energies, and call in and salute them. And this is why we say, even if you don't own the business, but you know that this Black-owned and operated business is doing great work, call in and give their location, give their number, give their website, so we can know that, hey, look, I'm saying, like, I'm putting my stamp on this business. This person, they do what they're supposed to do. I've been dealing with this business for however many years you may have dealt with them. You may have found a new business that some people may not know about. And it's like, you know what? I don't know if you have ever heard of this business, but me and my family, or you and your husband, your wife, whatever the case may be, and give them some love. So we will know. You know, because, again, we are a Truth Nation. Because, again, we talk about these businesses sometimes that are, or people that are not doing the right thing, but it's a lot of businesses are doing their thing, and they don't often get enough support, in my opinion. Yeah, so this is your chance to get it.
You're absolutely right. And we were thinking alike. And I think that is how it should be. You should, if you run across a business that's doing well, and whether it's in this field or any other field, we need to shine a light on them. Instead of, okay, we talked about this, we done talking about it. Let's start talking about the positive side.
Yeah,
of
the balance.
Because I know there are people out there that are doing this work. I know for a fact there's people out there that are doing this work that may not get, are just making ends meet because they only getting $80,000, $90,000, $100,000 in contracts to do this work, but they're doing it. You know what I'm saying? Let's get them the shine so that they can get to the point where they are getting millions of dollars, but that money is being used in the proper ways that it should be used. And that's part of us as a community is making sure that we uplift those that are actually doing the work.
Absolutely.
And that's why I like the Truth Awards. We uplifting those that are actually doing the work.
There it is.
We need to have more of that uplifting of those that are actually, like as I say, in the streets, doing the work. And those people that are usually in the streets and doing the work, they don't have billboards. They don't have, signs all over the place. They're not on Facebook talking about I did X, Y, and Z. I did.
Because they just doing it.
Because they doing it. And so we got to speak for them.
That's right.
We got to say, I know this person that's doing this and doing that, and I know they doing a great job. And so we got to start doing that for those that are doing it. If you come across somebody that's doing business or doing something similar to this business in particular, make sure you tell the world, hey, Shanita and them over there at X, Y, and Z, and I just made this up, y'all, is doing the same stuff. They ain't having none of these issues.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now their money is being held up, and it might put them out of business because now they can't get their workers paid, and she might lose her workers. So y'all make sure y'all go over there and support that so that she stays in business because she's doing what she needs to be doing. Something like that.
That part. And that's all. That's it. That's all. Dane, when we come back in the next hour, I was just thinking about something that I spoke on at the end of yesterday's show with Bailey, that Tyrese L. Allen has now been officially charged with that murder, the triple homicide on Green Tree Road at the Green Tree Apartments. And it brought up to me, like, where's all of this anger? Because this brother shot Giovanni McVicker. He had 31 holes in him, bro. 31.
That's a lot.
And the woman, Maya Tolbert, 8. Shot her 8 times.
You know what's funny? It's not funny, but it's messed up. Is that those last names? Like I know them families.
Right. You get what I'm saying?
I know McVickers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't know if they're related in that, but that's how small Milwaukee is, right?
Yep. Yeah, so want to talk about that and get Truth Nation's opinions on that. Like, that is some severe anger, bro. And we've been hearing about that with some of these latest homicides. How many times that these people are being shot? We'll be back.
Thank you, Milwaukee. Because of you, the second annual Truth Community Awards was an unforgettable celebration of the leaders, changemakers, and heroes who make our city shine. A special thank you to our incredible partners, Milwaukee College Prep, the Milwaukee Bucks Foundation, Gruber Law Offices, Steinhoffels, Cousins Subs, and 3rd Street Market Hall. And thank you to our presenting sponsor, Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Together, we're celebrating community, culture, and impact. We'll see you next year at the Truth Community Awards.
Want to protect our planet? The air we breathe, water we drink, and land we share? Real progress begins with birds. Yes, birds. The very ones we see and hear every day. On a walk, in the park, or simply out the window. That's because birds are more than birds. They're symbols, sentinels that reveal the health of our planet and our people. And by helping them thrive, all of us thrive as well. Audubon is a place where birds matter, where habitats are protected, where communities are engaged, and where change takes flight. Because at Audubon, hope begins with birds. Progress begins with birds. It all begins with birds. Audubon.
70 million people in the U.S. have learning and thinking differences, like ADHD and dyslexia. Each has their own story. This is ours. At first, I thought it was just a phase. Then schoolwork became a struggle. Emotions got bigger, and my kids started falling behind. I felt alone, like I was lost in the dark trying to find answers. Then I learned about Understood.org, a nonprofit empowering parents and kids like us. It was like we had a light to show us the path ahead. Whenever new challenges came up, their guidance helped us figure out our next step. We still have tough days, but now we have direction. And I have the tools and resources I need to help my child thrive. No matter where you are on the path, Understood can help you keep moving forward. Visit understood.org/yourpath today.
All of your favorite 1017 The Truth content whenever you want. The Truth app has it all. The Truth is on 1017 and 1510 WGKB Waukesha, a locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Check it out one time.
Truth Nation, great morning. Welcome back to Truth in the Morning on the award-winning 1017 FM The Truth. We're inside the American Family Insurance Studio in the heart of downtown at the Avenue. I am the legendary Home Blow along with my brother.
MC Dame Ellzey in the building.
Yeah, and Dame, there's somebody that has finally been charged with the triple homicide. He's been charged with 3 counts of first-degree intentional homicide in the murder that took place on Green Tree Road at the Green Tree Apartments.
How long ago was this?
This happened like less than about a week ago, or maybe a little longer, maybe.
Okay.
And it's the one, what's so crazy about it is...
That's when I was sick, probably, because I missed all of that.
When that happened, the following day on 87th and Congress... there was the murder of the barber. You feel what I'm saying? He went over to help his sister, and her ex ended up, getting into a confrontation and ended up shooting him and killing him and shooting his ex-girlfriend as well 3 times. But the shots for the barber, it was excessive, like multiple times. So to go into this one and get more details of what happened to Giovanni McVicker, who was shot 31 times, had 31 times, man. Like that's crazy. And like, where does that anger come from? Like, and this was all about being upset because, okay, they were our neighbors in this apartment building. And the woman, Maya Tolbert, as well as Giovanni McVicker, it's just like, hey, can y'all turn y'all music down? So I guess it's been a a little thing going on. Hey.
Yeah, it probably wasn't the first time they asked him to do it.
Right. So, but, dude, Giovanni McVicker did have a weapon, and this is all from the official criminal complaint that was released. It's 6 pages long, so I'm not going to go into trying to read it all, but I can take excerpts from it. And the girlfriend of Tyrese L. Allen, who is charged with these 3 first-degree intentional homicides, and if convicted on either one or all 3, it'll be life with no parole. But his girlfriend, with the initials of RR in the criminal complaint, said that Giovanni McVicker pulled out a gun, and he had a gun, and that's what made Tyrese Allen pull out a gun. The situation is, though, that the apartment building had cameras. It showed the whole thing play out. It showed that Giovanni McVicker had a gun, and he never pulled it out. He never pulled the gun out. So when we talk about the overkill, so there was a fight between 2 women, KT and RR, as they are listed in the criminal complaint. And then, of course, it escalated and went outside. And then when Giovanni and Maya Tolbert and Giovanni McVicker, and, being outside, and then the struggle and the fights continued, and Tyrese Allen ended up pulling out his weapon. Obviously, had a clip, Dame, because this man had 31 holes in his body. 31. And to the extremities of where he was shot, I mean, he stood no chance. I mean, you're thinking 31 times, And then he shot, while he was doing that, a gun fell, and I think it may have been McVicker's, from his body when they were fighting on the ground. So Maya Tolbert picked up the gun from the criminal complaint, which is all public record, and tried to end up shooting Tyrese Allen because he was murdering her children's father, her man. And somehow it didn't click. She couldn't rack it or whatever. And he ended up shooting her 8 times, killing her and her unborn child. So he is charged with the death of her unborn child, her, as well as Giovanni McVicker. What brings people to that level of anger, bruh? And can you turn your music down?
I don't know.
Like, have we some people just deteriorated to that? Because a lot of these homicides as of late, Dame, has been what I call overkill. Like, even with Sharita McVicker, 47-year-old that was killed outside of Landmark Credit Union Live, right, from attending the Boss Man D-Lo show. Mm-hmm. And so was the perpetrator that ended up being charged with her murder. So the video, Dane, like I say, it's disturbing. But, I saw that. There was a white man that was filming from his dash cam, and he was like 2 cars behind. So he was like, stop. He couldn't go because of this altercation that was happening in front. So his dash cam is on, and it records the incident, not to mention all of the other high-def cameras that were recording that situation. But to see the way that he stood over her after you see her, go down from the original shots that his girlfriend, ASP, ended up shooting, which was self-defense, which is why she wasn't charged. Mm-hmm. But then to see him, come and stand and shoot her 4 more times, and the way he ran that car over her, Dame, if you have any type of emotions in you and that doesn't disturb you the way you see her body moving to being ran over like that, bruh.
Yeah,
it's crazy, bruh. It's crazy. So where's all of this anger coming from? I mean, okay, I get it. Sometimes, people may get shot, but I'm talking about 31 times? What is inside of a person's mind?
Listen, I don't know. I can't explain it. I know where, like we talked about Monday, with the lack of hope, with all of the things that lead up to the violence, the lack of hope, all of the inabilities to control one's emotions, all of that stuff, compiled upon the fact that I'm gonna give you all a little bit of science that all of the trauma and stuff that you've gone through as a family, dating back to slavery, is inside of your body. All of this trauma, all of this stuff, your stress bucket, as I call it, it's all in your DNA. So it's just you're naturally, you can be angered unless you start working with it and start meditating and start going to see a therapist and unpacking all of this stuff. Right. Dealing with people who haven't done any work on themselves to unpack any of this anger that is already in their DNA, and then the anger that they already got from their lifespan that's in there as well. Because I've been in situations where I've been so angry and I've torn up gas stations and had to do things and been arrested and stuff like that, right? So I'm not going to say I haven't ever felt that anger that they feel. But I also started meditating. I also started realizing that anger was in there. And there's something that is missing, that we aren't educating them, our population of people, that there are ways to express that anger, ways to get that trauma out of your DNA, ways to do things so that we don't come to situations like this. And I always go back to the story of me and my daddy in the car. Dude ride up, boom, I'm mean mugging him, he mean mugging me, dude drive off, we talking crazy. And then my daddy like, so you gonna go to jail or whatever, and at the bottom line it's gonna say dude gets killed or dude kills somebody for looking at him crazy. Right. That's the same situation, the exact situation here, where the end result is the newspaper not caring about someone's family, not caring about the image they're presenting. Family of 3 dies over loud music. Right. That's the bottom line. That's what they printing. They don't care about you going over there asking them politely, say, man, we've been dealing with this for a long time. Can you please cut this down? Him coming at you back crazy and this, that, and the other. And now you yelling at him and y'all yelling at each other. Now y'all saying disrespectful stuff. Because at the end of the day, it's going to be family dies over loud music.
That part, bro.
And so, and I said this to you during the break, as a landlord, that's the landlord's responsibility. You shouldn't, as a tenant, and anybody that's listening, you shouldn't, as a tenant, have to take into your own hand to tell another tenant within your space, within your building, to have to cut their music down. Call the landlord. And the landlord should call that person, should have a number on that person. Listen, cut your music down. Right. I'm getting calls about your music. You making me lose money. Cut your music down, or else I'm going to evict you. That's where the power is. How about that part? That's what. But we got too many absentee landlords, and I don't know. Maybe this family had called the landlord and they hadn't gotten any type of response from, and that's and now they left to deal with it on their own when they shouldn't have to. This person that's playing this loud music obviously don't care about nobody else.
Yep. On the True Talk text line 833-212-1017, Al MKE said, we got a lot of self-hate within our community. Let's not forget the toxicity as well. If you nice to one another, you either soft or someone getting over for whatever reason. I'm clueless. Blake said, from being a punk all your life, now you got something powerful. And once you start shooting, you got to go all the way. He also said that ignorance, not protection, is people kill people, not guns. Al MKE said, but they don't have that anger for the white, but they will listen and be kind to him. This ain't mental health. Stacey Evans on the True Talk text line 833-212-1017 said, question is, how was the approach about the music? Was it hostile? Was the response hostile? Think of the movie Hustle and Flow when DJ asked DJ Paul if he could turn the music down. He did it in a respectful way, even though Paul was looking mean, but at no point did either get disrespectful. But in this case, someone felt disrespected and it went fatal.
I'm assuming this ain't the first time they've had
Right, absolutely.
to turn this music down.
Yeah. It said it's been an ongoing kind of
the
situation.
Landlord, I think the landlord should be on trial too, because if I call you about this situation and you're just being an absentee landlord, and now it has arisen to some people are losing their lives,
right?
You need to be held accountable as well, because a lot of times these situations like this can, and I've lived in apartment buildings, I've as a building inspector, I've worked with landlords. I'm a landlord myself on a smaller scale, but it's my responsibility to make sure that if one of my tenants is being bothered by another one of my tenants, I'm the one that you don't even gotta go talk to that person. You just call me. And even whether it's the middle of the night, whatever it is, you call me.
That's right.
And I'll make sure that it's taken care of in that moment. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And that's
I agree.
part of being
I
a good
agree.
landlord. This person shouldn't have had to go down the street. This brother shouldn't have to go down the hall or across the hall, wherever he went, to holler at this man. Hey, man, I've been asking you to turn this music down, and now it's 3 o'clock in the morning. I got to go to work. I know how the conversation went. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It probably wasn't peaceful in that conversation.
Right.
He's sick of it. Dude's sick of him saying something to him. I just want to play my music. But why are you playing your music this late?
Right.
Anyway, why aren't you being a respectful neighbor? Forget everybody else. I'm just going to blast my music. F them.
And it was said in the criminal complaint, it was like, hey, our kids trying to sleep. You feel what I'm saying? So this is why we coming over here again, because at the time that you're doing this, like you said, our kids are trying to sleep. It's crazy, bro. We got to get ready to take care of some bills. Truth Nation, we'd like to hear from you. 833-212-1017 is the Truth Talk text line. You're listening to Truth in the Morning on the award-winning 101.7 FM. The Truth will be black.
Truth Nation, it's your boy Tory Lowe, and I need to let you know the award-winning Tory Lowe Show can now be streamed live on YouTube. How? Every day from 1 to 4. Truth Nation, I am now bringing all the smoke on YouTube every single weekday. Hey, how? I need you to go to YouTube right now and subscribe to 101.7 The Truth and check out the award-winning Tory Lowe Show live every afternoon. Milwaukee Black Talk is now streaming live on YouTube. Now that's powerful.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Every child deserves a school that sees their brilliance. At Milwaukee College Prep, they believe in high expectations, strong character, and academic excellence starting as early as age of 3. MCP scholars continue to outperform their peers across Milwaukee. And the best part about it all, Milwaukee College Prep is tuition free. If you're looking for a school that partners with you, challenges your child, and prepares them for college and beyond, Milwaukee College Prep is the place. Visit MilwaukeeCollegePrep.com to learn more. That's MilwaukeeCollegePrep.com.
Need to look your best for a special occasion? You need the $100 hookup. This incredible deal includes a marvelous suit, shirt, and tie, all for $100. Only at Nick Cavani's, home of the $100 hookup. And that isn't limited to some standard stock suit. You'll be pleased by the top quality and variety of fashion offered at Nick Cavani's. No matter the occasion, maybe you're just ready for a fresh, new, stylish look. Get hooked up today at Nick Cavani's in Mayfair Mall and at nickcavanis.com.
Hey there, Jane Lynch here. You want to hear something funny? Too bad. You want to hear something uplifting that will inspire you? Good. Because today, I want to talk to you about Direct Relief, a humanitarian organization that does seriously good work when it counts. Fires, hurricanes, earthquakes. When disaster strikes, Direct Relief immediately shows up with medicines, medical supplies, and everything doctors and nurses need to save lives. Let's ship her out! Every day across the United States and around the world, they're making an enormous difference. If someone needs help, Direct Relief helps. No politics, no red tape. Hey, what you doing over there?
Oh, I'm packing insulin for kids with diabetes.
See, every box here is literally a lifeline. for someone in critical need. So check them out at directrelief.org and donate if you can. You might just bring a smile to someone's face.
This is Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth.
Truth Nation, welcome, Black. Of course, I'm the legendary Home Blow, along with my brother,
MC Dame Ellzey in the building.
And again, great morning to our girl, Bailey Coleman. We are talking about this excessiveness, overkill that has been happening with some of these homicides lately in our community. And we've got Ann on our True Talk text lines, 833-212-1017. You've heard about this situation. What's your truth?
Okay, I can truly understand what happened, what was going on with the people, complaining to him about turning down the music. I remember years ago, I was a single parent working 2 jobs, just so that my kids could live in a better area. And everything was fine, nice neighborhood, everything. I mean, I was working so hard trying to, pay the rent till I couldn't even afford furniture in my living room for a while. But it was just the safety issue, a nice area. And it was a duplex apartment. Everything was fine. And then this young lady moved in. Her boyfriend was there. You go in the hallway. It was a duplex. Go in the hallway. You smelling weed. I couldn't even send my son downstairs to do the laundry because I didn't want him smelling all that stuff. At night, about 2, 3 o'clock at night, without fail, music started blasting. You could hear all kind of people coming up the stairs. It was just very uncomfortable. They were using my washer during the day, washer and dryer during the day while I was at work. I complained to the landlord several times. The landlord told me, well, see, I know her parents. And so they wouldn't, she wouldn't, I know her parents. I was like, her parents don't live here.
Right.
I'm the one having to go with it. So what I had to end up doing, I had just paid my rent. I put a stop payment on my rent, moved into a little cramped 2-bedroom apartment because I just couldn't do it. And I understand these landlords need to step up, just like they said they don't want dogs, animals in the house. They want to make sure the garbage taken out. That should be incorporated into the lease or whatever. If I get, more than 2 complaints about loud music, you're going to have to go, because when it comes time to pay their rent, even absentee landlords, when it comes time to pay their rent, they go pop up.
They ain't absent.
That's all I got to say. Thank you.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, thank you for your call.
Right. And I got that in my little leases that I have, and I just copy other people's leases. But it's in there, and I write it in hand, no loud music, no drugs. There's certain things. So now it's in there. And then once you have it in there, now it's, okay, if I have to have these complaints to you about loud music, you've broken your lease. And I could say, and I have, recordings of the loud music, or I have people calling them, making complaints about that, then that's what it is.
Absolutely. On our YouTube page, again, while you're there, make sure you hit that like and subscribe, hit that bell on our road to 7,000. But No Doubt says a human life has no value anymore. MKE said the lack of morality starts in the home. Sincere Ronnie Ray Real said, if you punk and can't fight, what you think is going to happen when you're in prison, stupid. No Doubt said the black community is in desperate need of conflict resolution training. Murder should never be the solution. Draw murder should never be the solution. All murder should never be the solution. Al Mahdi said, you can't politely talk to me with a gun. SIP 46 said, it's these low-budget management companies. You will never talk to a landlord. All MKE said, it still leads to how our people communicate with one another at the time of that incident. Considering how many women were present, someone could have had more sense to diffuse the situation. Mahdi said, don't ask me to turn my music down, period. Tracy Hayes, great morning. Love you, appreciate you. Said peace, Milwaukee. No doubt said there is no more common courtesies or mutual respect, which leads to situations like this. People are just reckless with their conversations. Sister Lorena Starbury, great morning. Love you, appreciate you. So,
if you got your music that loud, they got the invention of Dre Beat headphones,
right?
Earbuds that make it sound just as like it's why do you need to
soundproof your house if that's to that degree?
Get you a room that you sound and all you hear, and then you may hear the doom,
right?
But it's not like you may hear the little doom,
man,
and that's fine. You know what I'm saying? You're living in an apartment building, but again, because of the and like the caller stated that she had called the landlord in her situation, and I guarantee you this brother had reached this point because he had tried to call the landlord. When he paid his rent, he was like, "Look, man, 4A is over here acting a dumb ass with this music.
Right?
Can you please talk to them about it? Can you please?" And I'm sure they've done that. But there probably was no follow-up because like you just said, so the lack of follow-up by this landlord, in my opinion, may have cost 3 lives and another life because he's locked up forever. 4 lives because all you had to do was go to this person and put the fear of God in him. Look, nobody want to be on the streets. So if you're a landlord and you go to somebody and say, look, man, this is what's happening.
Right. Martin Land on our True Talk text page said Homer is called disturbing the peace. Call MPD. Ignorance is in abundance. We've got Paula on the True Talk text lines 833-212-1017. Great morning, Paula. Love you, appreciate you. You hear the conversation. What's your truth?
Good morning. So I just want to say sometimes we can't blame the landlords. I had a situation where, we live in a side-by-side townhouse, and we got this neighbor. Her and her husband moved in under the pretense that they were older and retired, and we were like, yay, they going to be relaxed and cool.
Right.
About a month in, all of a sudden, weird stuff started happening, and she was over there cussing him out, jumping on him. But okay, as long as you doing that in your house, that's your business. But then one day at 6 a.m. in the morning, she was out walking in my yard in circles. I have a Ring camera. She's walking in circles, calling me by my name. That me and my kids got to go because my man is her man now. And so I'm like, that's odd. Okay, so I'm on my way outside because you don't call me by my name. By the time I got out there, the police had came, and they, got her together, got her back in the house. We don't know what that's about.
Right.
Give her maybe 2 or 3 days. She at the back door with her broom, swinging her broom, trying to hit me while I'm trying to go in my house.
Whoa.
I'm talking to my landlord because I put my hands on people. And I'm under the impression at this time, though, that this is an old retired lady. So, my mom is older. Somebody do something to my mama, I'm going to hurt them. So I don't want to hurt nobody's mama. So I called the landlord, and they're like, there's nothing that they can do. And I'm like, I don't understand.
That landlord was full of, not to cut you off, but that landlord was
she
full
has
of mess.
mental health issues.
It don't matter.
She has mental health issues. I don't care about her mental health issues. I pay my rent, and y'all keep going up every year, so I'm going to need y'all to do something.
Right.
So I just started documenting everything, right? And it just kept getting worse and worse. And it wasn't just me. She was terrorizing the entire neighborhood. One day she went down the street and threw a beer on somebody. The lady next door, there's a nice lesbian couple that lives next door. I came home one day, they all out in the parking lot because she done called this lady all kinds of dyke this and dyke that and F you and your wife and just all kinds of stuff. She don't know us, none of us. We quiet, respectful people.
Right.
I went to the house. I work from home. She's screaming on the porch all day long while I'm trying to work from home.
Wow.
So I went to the police station because at this point I'm like, y'all gonna have to take her. Y'all gonna have to take me because the disrespect is beyond me. I find out this lady is literally she is not retired. She is 6 years older than me. I'm 46. She's 52.
Wow.
She has mental health issues, and because their home is marked as a domestic violence home, they cannot be put out of the house.
What?
I didn't understand that, and that came from the Milwaukee police station right over there on Silver Spring right there. I went in there one day while she was screaming and hollering and took my camera because the Ring camera is running. She on the porch acting a fool as I'm in the police station. I'm showing them. Very apologetically, they are talking about all of the complaints that they're getting, and there's nothing that they can do. Her daughter, one night it got so bad that, I was going to fight the lady because I'm like, they got to take you or me. Somebody got to go. My 13-year-old is scared to take the garbage out. This is a problem for me.
Right.
Wow.
We out on the porch going at it. This car, we arguing. This car pulls up on my lawn. My neighbor across the street comes out the house with her gun because she don't know who pulling up on my lawn. We turn around, it's the lady's daughter. I'm thinking I'm going to have to fight her people. Her daughter came to fight her because she over here acting a fool.
Wow.
Because the daughter knows her entire childhood, this has been her mother. So the landlord couldn't do anything. The police would come. They came and they arrested her maybe 3 times, but they could only hold her 24 to 48 hours and they would let her out. Her daughter was trying to get her on some type of extended hold where they would be able to regulate her medication. But because all of these medical things and the domestic violence were at play, the landlord couldn't put them out of the house while they were while the lease was in effect.
Dang, I'd never heard.
I never heard that.
Never heard that. Thank you, Paula.
I had never heard of that either.
And I'm gonna have to look it up. I don't think not to thank you for the call.
Yeah, thank you, Paula. Wow.
I've never heard of that. And
Palmer.
Yes.
Palmer, you know me.
Okay.
This JP's wife.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I'm not.
Right.
Yeah, you know I did my due diligence.
Absolutely. Dotted your I's and crossed your T's.
Yeah,
all of them, and that's what they told me. I was so upset.
Somebody didn't want to do. A lot of times, and I'm gonna just be honest. A lot of times, people say, "Oh, we can't do nothing," because they don't want to have to do what they have to do it. And in the city, that happens a lot. So yeah, thank you again, Paula, for the call. And sorry that happened to you.
Yeah. We got to research that, man.
I got to research that. I got to look that. I'll have an answer for y'all Friday. Yeah. But I got to find that out because that is.
I've never heard that.
I've never heard that. I don't know if it was maybe. Sojourner Truth was renting the house or something or whatever, and the rent was with them, and so it was been up to them to have the person move or something or whatever. But it doesn't. A landlord is my house, and unless it's rent assistance or something like that, where I have to go through them and I have to give them notification before I evict you and let them have cause, and that's part of the lease agreement that you have with those federal places like that. Unless it's something like that, no, you get out of here.
Yeah. We got to get ready to take care of some bills. You're listening to Truth in the Morning on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth. Truth Nation, 833-212-1017. We want to hear from you. We'll be black.
The baked potato just became the main event. At Loaded Spud, we take comfort food and turn it into something bold. Fresh baked potatoes piled high with creative toppings like buffalo chicken, steak and cheese, and classic loaded favorites, all made fresh and built to satisfy. Big flavor, generous portions, no shortcuts. It's fast, affordable, and proudly local. Loaded Spud, Milwaukee's most unexpected comfort food. Stop in today at 789 North Water Street or visit online at www.letsgetloaded.online.
Natural gas is a clean, reliable, and convenient source of energy delivered directly to you through underground pipelines. The pipeline system has an excellent safety record, but there are clues that can help you identify a potential hazard. If you smell the strong odor of rotten eggs, hear an unusual hissing sound, or see blowing dirt or debris, it could be a natural gas leak. Leave the area immediately and call We Energies at 800-261-5325.
We Energies. People you can trust. Energy you can depend on.
Thank you, Milwaukee. Because of you, the second annual Truth Community Awards was an unforgettable celebration of the leaders, changemakers, and heroes who make our city shine. A special thank you to our incredible partners, Milwaukee College Prep, the Milwaukee Bucks Foundation, Gruber Law Offices, Steinhoffels, Cousins Subs, and 3rd Street Market Hall. And thank you to our presenting sponsor, Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Together, we're celebrating community, culture, and impact. We'll see you next year at the Truth Community Awards.
Teachers are dynamic leaders, shaping a new generation. They bring a variety of perspectives from diverse backgrounds, innovating how they teach to prepare students for our fast-changing world. Achieving this takes skill and expertise. They're tireless explorers, creatively discovering a universe of solutions, telling stories, experimenting, inspiring, mentoring, connecting cultures, and connecting with each other, leading by example. Experience the unique joy of helping students thrive. Teaching is a journey that shapes lives. Are you ready to begin? explore teaching at teach.org, a campaign supported by the U.S. Department of Education, Teach.org, and 1 million teachers of color.
Eastbound on 94, basically on the ramp from Highway 67, we've got a crash. It is looks like a minivan that ended up off of the roadway off to the right, so you do want to be extra careful heading through there. The main line's handling it just fine. You're not seeing any problems there. The next time you're going to see some delays on the eastbound side is going to be from 84th Street all the way through to 35th. Westbound's backed up from 35th to Mitchell Boulevard, and then again from Moreland Road all the way to Brookfield Road. Southbound 43, watch for delays from Silver Spring, pretty much all the way down to Locust. The northbound side's heavy from North Avenue up to Locust. And then northbound on 41, we got backups from Wisconsin Avenue all the way up almost to Hampton. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Today, partly cloudy skies, a high of 38. Tonight, rain-snow mix likely, mostly cloudy, a low of 31. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 101.7 The Truth.
This is Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth.
Truth Nation, it is that time of year again for the Tory Lowe Community Cleanup. Mark your calendars for Saturday, April 18th from 8 a.m. to noon as we will be cleaning up the city of Milwaukee. Again, that is the Tory Lowe Community Cleanup on Saturday, April 18th from 8 a.m. to noon. Bring the whole family to clean up our city. The Tory Lowe Community Cleanup is sponsored by Milwaukee College Prep, Steinhoppels, Cousin Subs, and Waste Management. Help clean the city. You know what I mean?
Can't beat that.
Yeah, absolutely. And it has done so much good for our community that our very own teammate, our brother Tory Lowe, received a Wisconsin Broadcaster Association award for the Tory Lowe cleanup.
Yeah.
So again, April 18th, mark your calendars, 8 a.m. to noon. Come on out. Help keep this city clean. Do your part. Do your part. Bring the family. Make it a family affair. We're Black inside Truth in the Morning on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth. We just got a call from Paula.
That was an interesting story.
Yeah, it absolutely was.
And if somebody knows, and not to cut you off, Homer, but if somebody knows about that, give us a call or put it on the chat because I've never heard of it.
Yeah, law enforcement. So a law enforcement officer, that's a thing that if it's deemed a domestic violence.
It must have been a third-party renter, and they had it in their lease that these issues may occur.
Yeah.
And you can't evict for, like, when you have rent assistance.
Yeah.
The rent assistance is going to tell you, and I said this on the other side, and rent assistance is going to tell you this is what you can and cannot evict for. And then if anything else outside of this, come to us first, and we'll try to remedy the situation. So now you've given somebody else control of your property, pretty much, and choosing when you can. That's why I don't mess with. I probably shouldn't say this. I don't like rent assistance because I don't want nobody else, especially in the property that I live in. Nobody else is going to have control over what goes on. And you're not going to be able to go to this person and be like, oh, well, you can't do nothing no way.
Right.
Oh, okay, buddy. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I get you.
No, that's not how it's going to be. And I still believe that in the case of the Green Tree incident and the Green Tree tragedy, that landlord probably had been called. Nothing had been done. I think landlords should be forced to have more than just a voicemail line for 24-hour servicing.
You know what?
You should be able to, if you're a landlord and you have more than so many different properties, right? Maybe you got more than 10 units. At that point, you should have to have somebody, whether it be you or whether it be somebody else, that if I call you in the middle of the night about an issue, it should be handled.
Right.
Because you lead in situations like this.
Absolutely. And, in leading to that, like, I don't know. I don't know when it changed, but I remember that in these apartment buildings, there was somebody that lived in the apartment rent-free, but their job was building maintenance and to deal with those kind of issues. So I don't know when that changed. I don't know when that changed, but that's how I always knew apartments to be. You get what I'm saying? To where it's like, you can call right downstairs, go right downstairs to what was I'm trying to think of
Goodman Booker from Good Times or whatever. You get what I'm saying? Like, you had somebody that was right there that you could end up going to and talk about whatever the issues are, even if the heat is out.
Right.
Yes, he knows that he has to go to whoever the main property manager is, but he can come and assess the situation and be like, yep, this is an issue that's going on here. There's somebody on site. And I think if that has just been cut out of the game, that's part of where all these extra problems may be coming from.
As far as with those apartments, absolutely.
Yeah. On our True Talk text line, Larry Atkins, great morning, love you, appreciate you, said, good morning. It's more than just anger. It's misplaced hate and unstable emotions. People are desensitized and inconsiderate. Craig Taylor, great morning, love you, appreciate you, said, also it's just having tact and common sense. When you're a renter, loud music played all the time of the day and night, it's just inappropriate. And someone shouldn't have to tell a grown person not to do that, period. Big C, great morning, love you, appreciate you, said, drugs, depression,
that's what I was thinking.
Poverty, and bipolar is the issues in our community.
I was thinking it was probably drugs. They was in there getting high as hell or something, I don't know, or partying of some sort to have the music up that loud. You know what I'm saying? That's usually when it's happened because you're in a silo at that point. You're getting high, you're doing whatever, and this happens. But still, y'all, there are processes in place that this shouldn't happen. That I shouldn't have to go down the hall and talk to this guy and tell him my kids is trying to sleep. I should be able to call somebody. And like you said, I've stayed in apartment buildings, and I don't know if I stayed in a bunch of Wiegand apartment buildings down on and even not even Wiegand. It was I rented from a friend of mine that I used to go to high school with, and she owned a bunch of stuff. And it was like if I had an issue with a tenant, I'd call that person, and it would be taken care of. You would call.
Real talk.
They good landlords have people on. What's the word I'm looking for? Like you said, on site.
Right.
Either they on site or there's somebody on call.
One call, that's all.
That is checking these messages every hour. That's their job.
That's right.
Tonight, you're on call. You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
And tomorrow night, it's somebody else that's on call. But tonight, you're on call. And if something happens, you got to, because if the pipes bust, who you going to call?
Right.
Somebody will be there in a minute. If the pipes bust,
that's right.
And unless it's Barada. If the pipes bust, somebody's gonna be there in a second. If the heat go out or something like that, then you're gonna have something that's gonna affect the property.
That's right.
There'll be why this is affecting the property. Because now, if I live on this, I'm asking to be let out my lease. I don't feel safe.
Hello.
I don't feel safe in this unit, in this property no more. Let me out my lease.
Community advocates, here I come.
Right. Here I come for real. Let me out. Because this is happening and you obviously don't care. And listen, y'all, we blame ourselves a lot. And this is obviously something that we should blame on ourselves. But there's help that could have been had and processes that could have been taken that maybe were taken that they didn't get the results. And so now that leads to more frustration. And here we are dealing with it. And somebody's dying and an unborn baby is dying.
Yeah. On our YouTube page, SIP46 said, rent assistance is a big problem. Get rid of rent assistance. MKE said, and it will become a tremendous issue this spring because those people will be pushed out of shelters and the public will have to deal with them. Sir Chauncey said, many landlords, particularly those owning and leasing or renting apartment buildings, should ensure that it's in black and white that no loud music allowed past 9 p.m.
Yeah. Or just no loud music, period.
Right. Yeah. How about that?
How about that? You know loud music,
because there's some people.
Respect your neighbors.
Yeah, because there's some people that may live in that apartment building that work third shift.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Respect your neighbors and just put it. Just respect your neighbors.
That's it.
That's it. Just if I can stand in the hallway outside your door and hear your music loud, then it's too loud.
That's right.
It's too loud at that point. And that's just hard. And you know, I love music. Y'all know I love music. I'm MC Dame Ellzey. But I know I got tenants upstairs, so I don't have my music blasting.
Right.
They never hear me bumping no music. And I respect them because they do The guy, they in the music too. He doesn't do that.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
There's a respectful, because we both got kids, there's respect for that. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And that's how it should be. But as the landlord, you set the tone for that. I'm not going to go for this. I'm not going to go for that.
That's right.
If I hear about this, you're out of here.
Absolutely. I agree.
Instead, we got too many landlords that's just trying to get the bread and have removed themselves from the property altogether. They'll give it to MPI. They'll give it to whoever else, right? We don't know who that is, right? They ain't doing nothing.
Right.
You know?
Right.
I'm not gonna slander them on the air, but I'm just saying we know these landlord and these management companies that aren't doing anything.
If it's facts, is it slander? I don't know. Yeah, but I get it.
But we know.
Absolutely.
I've known people that have rented from these organizations.
Yeah, we'll say it. Yeah.
And nothing has happened, right? You complain and nothing has happened. This is a fault, and I put, like you were talking about accidents, where if you have an accident, and I'm not gonna steal your line. Can I steal your line, Homer?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You have an accident, 90% of it, somebody runs into the back of you, 90% of it is your fault. 10% is the person that's parked, because that's how Wisconsin insurance works.
Yep.
In this situation, if we had to break down percentages, right? A large percentage of this indirectly would fall on that landlord, because if that landlord had been doing what he was supposed to be doing and was making sure he was renting to people that was sane, not just getting the bread, doing his research on this person,
that's right,
and then following up on complaints, because I'm guaranteeing you this family complained about it, right?
Right.
And you're not following up. Now this is where we are.
We got to get ready to take care of some bills. You're listening to Truth in the Morning on the award-winning 101.7 FM The Truth. I'm the legendary Homer Blow, along with my brother,
MC Dame Ellzey.
Truth Talk text lines are open, 833-212-1017. We want to hear from you. We'll be black.
Thank you, Milwaukee. Because of you, the second annual Truth Community Awards was an unforgettable celebration of the leaders, changemakers, and heroes who make our city shine. A special thank you to our incredible partners, Milwaukee College Prep, the Milwaukee Bucks Foundation, Gruber Law Offices, Steinhoffels, Cousins Subs, and 3rd Street Market Hall. And thank you to our presenting sponsor, Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Together, we're celebrating community, culture, and impact. We'll see you next year at the Truth Community Awards.
At Versity on King, we believe taking care of our community starts right here, together. Every day, neighbors step up to donate blood, helping save lives in Milwaukee and beyond. But Versity on King is more than a donor center. It's a place for health education, community connection, and support, especially for families facing conditions like sickle cell disease. When you donate blood, you're not just giving. You're showing up for your community. Visit versity.org/VersityOnKing to learn more or schedule your donation today. Versity on King, rooted in community, powered by hope.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
People don't realize that glaucoma is one of the leading causes of blindness.
Because there are often no early symptoms, nearly half of those with glaucoma may not even know they have it until vision loss has occurred.
I was diagnosed with normal tension glaucoma in July of 2020. And what we found out at that point was I had already lost 40% of my sight. And you think it only affects people that are, 75 or older, retired, grandparents, and that's not the reality of it.
I didn't think at all glaucoma was going to affect me because I didn't know of anyone that had glaucoma, no one in my family. When you have glaucoma, you can't get back that sight that you lost. And so early detection and treatment is vitally, vitally important.
Don't miss life's most beautiful moments. Schedule an eye exam today.
National Glaucoma Research, a bright, focused foundation program, offers free resources and tips for healthy vision.
Learn how to protect your sight at stopglaucoma.org.
This is Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth.
Welcome, Black Truth Nation. As we are rounding home Yeah, we're just trying to figure out, you know what I'm saying? Like, we know the problems. That's why I like to try to, talk about the problem, but then let's talk about the solutions to those problems. In your opinion, you know what I'm saying? Because I think, Dame, that not one person is going to have all the answers. So when we end up being able to combine different people's thoughts and able to just truly like look at them and dissect and be like, you know what, that's a great idea. That's something that may not have been tried, but we have to do something because it ain't even black people hot yet. Yeah. And we are, it's scary, in my opinion. It's scary. It's scary of what's to come when we are having these situations where it's not even hot yet, where more people are going to be outside and more people are going to, like when that happens, some people may have been just hibernating, waiting.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just waiting. Are we going to take care of a lot of work when this happened or when that happened? We're going to hear more house parties happening. The fight club houses are still happening where girls, and I don't know, Dave, I know it's not just me, and I know you feel it. I just couldn't feel comfortable being at a house watching girls, you know what I'm saying, and multiple girls just jumping on each other, fighting, and I'm a boy there or a teenager there or a young man. Like, no.
Yeah, we watch it on TV, though.
You know?
That baddie stuff and all of that stuff.
Well, I don't, but you know what I'm saying?
Well, somebody's watching it.
Yeah,
and I'm not
absolutely.
saying that you are.
Yeah.
But it's got its own network.
Yeah.
Even though the network was, started by some other, but that's neither here nor there. Yeah, it's a lot. And I understand exactly. This is wintertime and this is happening. What it's going to be like in the summer. And it's indicative of the times that we are in. And shout out to G Ash 19 real quick. There's a job fair at 4201 North 27th Street from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. So people, if you're looking for a job.
And if you attend, come around to the main parking in the rear, and the fair is on the first floor. Bring your resume, as there will be some on-site interviewing.
There you go. But back to what we were talking about, we want to make, because that's pertinent information right there. That's
absolutely
that somebody needs to hear. We have to look at the times we are in where we have a president who is doing what he wants to do. Like the terror guy, we didn't get to talk about it today, but the anti-terrorism guy quit.
Bring it up a little bit.
Yeah, if y'all don't know, the anti-terrorism guy, his last name was Trent, I believe, he quit. And he quit because he said there was no credible evidence that Iran was going to attack the U.S. There was imminent danger to the U.S. at any point. So basically, Trump just started a war for nothing and is wasting and wasting millions of dollars, billions of dollars, ending lives, risking our lives for nothing.
Well, I know why he started.
Well, we know why he did it. I'm just saying, essentially, it's nothing.
It's a war over nothing. It's like the show, what was it, Seinfeld or whatever?
Yeah.
A show about nothing. Yeah. And he looked at, how can I do a third term? How can I interfere with the elections more?
And this is what I'm saying. We know why he did it. But I'm just saying, essentially, as far as violence goes.
Right, absolutely.
We live in a society where violence is the answer for everything. Where everything Trump does is there's violence to it. Look at this DHS stuff. Look at, and that's just Trump. But America as a whole is violence from the start of America, from the American Revolution to the way they did the Native Americans, the indigenous people, to the way that they have colonized parts of the world. America has killed, let's be real, y'all, America has killed 1 trillion people since 1960 or something like that, the number was. Just let that sink in.
Right.
Via wars. And so that's the society that we live in, and that's the upward portions of our society, and they believe that violence is the answer to everything. What you expect, man? The least of us, those at the bottom of the totem pole to do. That's what they're doing. And I'm not saying it but we have to be stronger and fight that will to want to do that. Obviously,
right.
We have to have our own minds and understand this is how they want us to act and this is how they want us to be and be able to fight that. But all of us aren't strong enough. And then all we see all the time is violence, 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 violence. And then they'll say, well, you don't be violent, but I'm going to go bomb Iran real quick. I'll be right back. You know what I'm saying? You don't be violent, but I'm going to go to Venezuela or Argentina or wherever they went. I'm going to go steal they president, steal their oil real quick, violently, and then I'm going to come back. But you don't do that.
Right. Now, I believe that is it Venezuela that is accepting the games. They're not.
They just won.
Yeah. They
the baseball games.
So hashtag that part, hashtag facts. RC Creation Muse said it's scary when life starts imitating art. They used to say art imitates life. It's the cognitive dissonance.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Real talk.
Ain't no parts of that wrong. And that's real. And I think we have to understand that the violence that we are seeing in our communities is violence that this country has been built on.
That's right.
Real talk, right? Mm-hmm. And whether or not, and we still have to have our own responsibility. So on that part, I agree. We still have to be able to understand the nature of the beast and being in the belly of the beast and how that can affect you mentally and how that can make you act out in certain ways. But in this situation of the Green Tree, you had somebody was playing loud music. They went the proper routes. They frustrated, they mad. What did they do? I'm going to go over here and knock on the door.
Right.
And then what he do? You approaching me like that?
Right, which seems common. Like you know, if the landlord because if this has been an ongoing problem, that, again, landlord, property manager, building manager, somebody should have intervened.
You approaching me like that? Forget a diplomatic resolve. Right. Me and you finna have it out, and we finna fight on the grass right now.
That's right.
And I don't know if they fight on the grass, but I'm just saying.
And the ladies got into it first.
The ladies got into it. We're going to fight right now because there's no diplomatic. We haven't seen in our history any diplomatic resolutions to these types of issues. And Obama is not excluded from that. He was droning to death Iraqis and Iranians. He was doing that, right? We haven't seen diplomatic resolutions to stuff, so why should I? These are the people that are running the world. And they do whatever they want to do.
Man, I end up just saying, like, you know, we have to do better because we keep falling into the trap. You get what I'm saying? The traps are set. Yeah. And it's like we falling right into them a lot of times. It's not everyone, but those that do. And it just makes it harder because, again, with big money, big bank take little bank. We dealing with little bank.
Yep.
We dealing with little bank. And people need to understand that. I don't care how wealthy you think you are. We're dealing with little bank when it compares to the people who really got the big bank. As Al MKE was saying earlier, it's like you got to understand, like, who really started all of this stuff? Who really manipulated these fundings? Like, so we got Marquita Barnes, who dead wrong. But who done it? Who continues to do it?
We got a president that just made $1.4 billion this last year.
Right.
Carry on.
That's all I'm saying. So it's like it's hard to oh man, but something got to change, man.
We got presidents that just made $1.4 billion. We got congressmen and senators that are using inside information that are increasing their wealth just from sitting in those seats. They know things and they're making money off of it.
Inside trader, yeah.
And they're saying we don't want them to do that. Trump and them, we don't want them to do that anymore. That's because you've been used it all up.
That part. We got to get ready to wrap it up. Dane, what you got, man?
I see y'all Friday. Friday, we got an interview with my man Derek Harrell, professor at UWM, who just co-penned the book with 2 Chainz that is out and is a New York bestseller. So y'all make sure y'all check us out Friday.
That part. Up next, the award-winning Truth with Sherwin Hughes on the award-winning 101.7 FM The Truth. Of course, if nobody has told you that they love you today, I would need to let you know that I love you. Please have a safe and nonviolent remainder of the morning, afternoon, evening, night, and we will talk to you on tomorrow. Holla black.
Peace.